Eala, aware of misinformation about her, hopes people turn to reliable sources. Eala has become the subject of online misinformation, particularly as her tennis career continues to grow. Eala said she is aware of the increasing misinformation circulating online that uses her name, but she hopes the public becomes more discerning about where they get their news. That's not really under my control. I don't have power over what other people post. I am aware that there have been a lot of fake news articles, she said after a game at the Philippine Women's Open. It is concerning because I see sometimes they get a lot of likes and it's difficult to understand, to tell the difference when you see it online. I know a lot of people sometimes can get misinformed. I guess my take would be to tell them to just try to find reliable sources of news and just try to listen to the dependable outlets. One recent example involved veteran GMA Network news anchor Mel Chanko, who publicly denied an online post alleging an interaction with Eala. Baka post sakaling nakita ninyo yung Peking posts na an insulto ko rosay Philippine tennis star Eala. Tohasan ko pong sasabaying fake poing ga post na yang, Chanko said on 24 Hours last January 23. Eala wrapped up her Philippine Women's Open campaign following a quarterfinal loss to Camila Osorio on Thursday. In a world that moves faster than thought, truth often arrives late, bruised by rumor and bent by speculation. For public figures, especially young ones, misinformation does not knock politely. It rushes in, loud and confident, wearing the disguise of certainty. Eala knows this reality well. She is known to many as a rising tennis star, a symbol of discipline, talent, and national pride. But beyond the baseline and the trophies lies another court she must navigate, one where headlines are written without context, opinions masquerade as facts, and social media rewards speed over accuracy. In this space, misinformation thrives. Misinformation is not always malicious. Sometimes it begins as a careless comment, a cropped quote, or an assumption repeated often enough to feel true. For Alex, this has meant stories about her performance, her choices, her character, narratives shaped by people who have never met her, never trained with her, never understood the quiet hours of sacrifice behind every match. Yet once released, these stories travel far, faster than correction, louder than truth. What makes misinformation particularly dangerous is not just that it lies, but that it simplifies. It flattens complex human lives into digestible myths, hero or failure, rising star or disappointment. Eala exists in none of these extremes. She is a young athlete growing, learning, winning, losing, and evolving, just like any other person pursuing excellence. But misinformation resists growth. It freezes people in whatever version best fits the moment's narrative. Despite this, Alex does not respond with bitterness. Instead, there is an awareness, quiet but firm, that truth requires patience. She understands that correcting every falsehood is impossible, and that reacting to noise often only feeds it. Her hope, instead, rests with the public, that people will pause, question, and seek reliable sources before believing or sharing what they read. Reliable sources demand effort. They ask readers to slow down, to read beyond headlines, to trust verified journalism, official statements, and first-hand accounts. In an era designed to reward instant reactions, choosing credibility is almost an act of resistance. Alex's stance reminds us that responsibility does not belong only to those in the spotlight, but also to those watching. There is courage in restraint. When misinformation circulates, silence can be mistaken for weakness. But often, it is strength, the strength to stay focused on purpose rather than distraction. Alex's focus remains on her craft, training harder, competing honestly, and representing something larger than herself. She lets her work speak where words might be twisted. Her experience is not unique, but it is instructive. It shows how easily misinformation can overshadow achievement, and how quickly public perception can drift from reality. More importantly, it reveals the human cost, the emotional weight of being misunderstood, the pressure of expectations shaped by false narratives, and the quiet resilience required to continue anyway. Eala's hope that people turn to reliable sources is, at its core, a hope for fairness. Fairness in judgment, fairness in storytelling, fairness in allowing a young athlete the space to grow without being trapped by rumor. It is a reminder that behind every trending topic is a real person, carrying dreams that deserve accuracy, not assumption. Truth does not shout. It does not demand attention with outrage or exaggeration. It waits, steady, grounded, and complete for those willing to look for it. In choosing reliable sources, people choose not just better information, but better empathy. In the end, Eala continues forward, racket in hand, eyes on the court ahead. The noise may follow, but it does not lead. And in that quiet determination lies a powerful lesson, that integrity outlasts misinformation, and that truth, though slower, has a longer memory.